Something I like about robotics is that every year the challenge is different, so every year you have to come up with a new robot. And on the code side of things, we have to usually completely change our autonomous routine.
The first part of the competition is autonomous. So how do you get a robot to precisely get from A to B with no human interaction? And just refining that technique is a huge amount of time and effort and a learning curve for many of these kids.
In robotics, we mostly split up into build and code sections so that we can kind of divide and conquer on the work. So we are constantly communicating and working together, but the build section is going to work on sort of the physical robot and the construction of that, and then the code team is going to work on kind of telling it what to do on the coding side.
This year we have a board where we have to place pixels on the board in a certain order, or mosaics essentially. And there are multiple subtasks within the whole thing. So there's a subtask for airplane launch. There's also a portion where you'd have to hang your robot on a bar.
I really think it's about the communication between the different departments. We won't know if an idea will work unless we've consulted with each other.
We really try to find out where everybody is and where the knowledge lies, because especially now that we've opened it up to 7th graders, from a 7th grader to a 12th grader is a huge span of knowledge in computer science.
I think they kind of strive to be hands-off and to let the teams do what they think. They'll always be there to help, and Dave and Brian have been very helpful. When we're scratching our heads looking at the bot and can't figure out for the life of us why it's not working, they'll come over and they'll talk us through the problem. So they won't just tell us, they'll teach us, and that's really important, I think.
We qualified for states somehow. Like, we made it, and we're the only overall team that made it. Not quite sure how, but that's what's going on.
So the state competition for Washington will be held at the Amazon Doppler building, and that will be all of the teams that have won in some fashion or other the interleague competitions that we had a few weeks back. So these are going to be all the top teams in the state competing to see who gets the state title, who would then move on to Worlds in Houston.
Everyone on our team is new to robotics this year, so it was kind of a mess at the start, but I think now we kind of just learning from what we had, and now we're just working with what we just kind of threw together randomly. It's been kind of chaotic, but it's kind of been really fun.